First off, I'd just like to thank our crowd, everybody that helps put on this event. I thought it's first class. I think that's what we do here at Louisville when we put on an NCAA tournament. Everything is done the way it's supposed to be. So I want to thank all of our volunteers, all of our support staff, everyone that makes this possible, because it's not easy. There's a lot of people that volunteer their time. So we're fortunate enough to be able to do something like this and host. So I'd like to start off thanking them, and then I'd like to thank our crowd. What an absolutely, just a wonderful, wonderful crowd we had today. Especially with our men playing here at 6:30. To get 8,000 to come out, and they were loud. They were into the game. It speaks volumes for what we can do here at Louisville athletics, not just one sport, because I'm excited to see what our men's crowd is tonight, for when our men play, to be able to compare and go, hey, our men may have had 10, 12, 13,000, and we had 8. That's a lot of people rolling through one day to watch 2 basketball games. And then I just have to congratulate Marquette and their team. I mean, it was, we knew going into the game that they can score with the best of them. And Blockton just absolutely, she put on a show tonight. To drop 34, 5 assists, one turnover. I mean, we really didn't have an answer for her. We tried to double her at times. We tried to do whatever we could. But she played great. I thought we did do a very good job on Heidemann. She was one that I was worried about, but we did a very nice job of contesting shots early and making it difficult for her to score. It's a ball club that's very talented. They're very well coached, and just want to wish them nothing but the best next season. And then for our kids, I thought from top to bottom, everybody gave us a lift. I thought off the bench, I thought Kylie came in the first half and played big minutes for us. I thought she was really good. Dana came in and gave us big minutes too. Bianca, although it's only 7, they were 7 important minutes. So I was just really proud of them. And then, you look at Asia, when she saw the ball go in, I know she felt better. That was a great, night for her. 6 assists, 3 turnovers. Jazz, 6 of 9, 7 assists, 1 turnover. And I thought AC, even though she only comes up, she only scores 2 points, I thought she's a calming influence on the floor for us. I thought she did a great job. And then, when you talk about Maisha and Sam, I challenged them both because we knew that's where our advantage was going to be, was in the post. And I thought they both came out and really played aggressive and played hard, and that's kind of what separated things for us.
Thank you, Coach. Okay, questions for the student athletes?
This just goes for all 3 of you. What were you doing so well against Marquette in the first half?
Aisha?
We moved the ball really well. We got the ball inside, like Coach Walsh mentioned. Our advantage was inside, and that's what we tried to do. Once we got the defensive rebound, we ran in transition too, so we got a lot of open layups, open looks, and Asia was hitting really well, so we get the ball to her, and she's amazing, so she was able to do a lot for us in the first half.
Asia?
I would say the same thing as mine. I think our tempo was pretty good. Like Coach Walls just said, we were trying to feed the ball inside the post because Maya and Sam did a heck of a job tonight, as they do every single game. So I think we played hard as well. We started off really strong, and we kept on going. We had a few breakdowns. I had a lot of breakdowns, but we're gonna watch this film and see what we could take from the game.
Sam?
To go along with what Maisha said, our advantage was in the post, so that's where we brought it. Yeah.
I like that, Sam.
For any of you, 27 assists for 40 baskets. Was there an extra emphasis today on moving the ball, making the extra pass?
Asia?
It's been the same thing we've been talking about since the first game. Coach Walls has been trying to tell us if we move the ball great, we get great shots. And I think we did a good job of doing that tonight. We try to, get tempo going, every day in practice. That's what we practice, pushing the ball up the floor, and I think we do a good job of doing that.
Sam?
We find the open man. We're always moving, well, sometimes, but, yeah, I mean, we find the open man, we pass the ball, reverse it, so that's how we score.
Maisha?
Good job. Good job, Mark. You too.
Tim?
For Maisha and Sam, Maisha, I think you hit your first 10 shots. Sam, you might have had a career high today. When you get into a mismatch like this physically, does it change the way that you play? I mean, they want to feed the post, but do you become more aggressive? Do you become more aware that you have opportunities to dominate inside?
Maisha?
No. I mean, last game for me personally, I couldn't, the ball just wasn't going in and I was shooting layups. So I made sure I was focusing on that today, and I made the first 10. I didn't know that. But, that works, and whatever works, that's what we do. It doesn't, we try to get the ball inside. If Asia or AC or Jazz is hitting, we try to get them the ball. We don't want to force it inside if it's not working, but today it worked and we got the ball inside.
Sam?
We try to play our game. Nothing changes for us personally, but you're more aware of who's guarding you. Like when a 6'5" girl is guarding you, because either that's getting swatted or, but when like a 5'11" girl is guarding you, and you still go up strong the same way.
Asia?
I would say the same thing that they just said. Yeah. I mean, we have great post players, Maya and Sam.
She's not welcomed in the post group yet.
Can I answer that question? I can answer the question. I was gonna have y'all back, but
You can ask AC that question.
Yes, you could ask AC.
I was gonna say some great things.
Good job, Sam.
Maisha, you kissed the floor, you kissed the cardinal bird. I think you hugged a bunch of babies and kissed some people all coming out. It took forever to come off. Just talk about your emotions coming off that floor and your last game.
God dang it. I thought we were just gonna. Can we come back to that one when I'm good? I'm joking. I mean, it was my last game here. I wanted to go out with a win, and my teammates got that for me, and I'm just so thankful to just make it here this far and have great teammates around me and wonderful fans that actually come out to the games and know what they're watching and just support us from my freshman year all the way up to now. The fan support has been amazing, and I was hugging the kids because those are faces I see every single game. They weren't new, so it was like you feel a connection, like they're actually a part of you. And I mean, I consider everyone that I've met here my family, and I hope that I made a good impression on them, and I'm just so thankful that
What'd you say to the Marquette fans?
Oh, thank you. During the game I got heated and I looked at one of the fans and I don't remember what I said, but I think I just pointed up to the scoreboard, and that's not me. That's not who I was, so I was going over there apologizing and just telling them that's not me. And they're awesome fans and they traveled this far to support their team. And I mean, Marquette's a great team too, so it was just not me that I did that, so I was just going to go apologize.
Gary, and
Sam, Coach was saying that, he was concerned about Heidemann and really shutting her down. You all rotated a bunch of coverages on her. I think there were several times early on where you were fronting her. Was that something you felt like you all had to do to really kind of confuse her and not let her think that it was going to be a guard on her, and maybe that kind of shook them up in other ways?
I don't think it was about confusing. It was just about making sure she does not score, because she had 32 last game, so that was our main worry. We were trying to make other people beat us, But no, it wasn't to confuse her. I mean, we just switched on to her, and then a big headed guarder. That's sometimes scary, but because you don't want to like get crossed up or anything. But yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Maisha, you mentioned the last few minutes before you left the court there. What did you, knowing this was your last time out here, what did you want to make sure you saw or took in before you left?
I was just worried about getting a win. It didn't matter how I played, I just wanted to get a win. I could have played phenomenal, I could have played crappy. As long as we got the win, that's what I was most important, like most satisfied in and looking forward to.
Daniel?
Sorry, I forgot my question for a second. Danielle Lerner, Courier Journal. For all three of you, you guys, the last couple games of the regular season and in the ACC tournament were kind of getting off to some slow starts. Was it a relief today that you kind of just came out right away and were able to put some distance between yourselves?
Asia?
I wouldn't say relief. I just think, it's one game and done from here on out. So we just got to come out, and stay on top and just keep on going forward. So that's what we were trying to do today. We knew we had a great ball team in front of us, well-coached team. They have a great coach. They have great players all across their team. So we knew we had to come out strong, and that's what we did.
Yeah?
It's not really a relief. It's like kind of just getting back to where we started in the beginning of the year. Just knowing that it's still there, that we didn't lose it. So I wouldn't say it was much of a relief. We just gotta stay that way because we ended bad today.
And Maisha?
Yeah, I like what they were saying. Yeah.
Good answer.
Okay, thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's easy.
Tim?
Jeff, you touched on this earlier about trying to get the ball inside. It's not rocket science, obviously, when you have that kind of size differential. Is that pretty standard, or is anything different about today versus other games where you had a physical advantage?
Well, I thought we were a lot more patient. It's not, you go to the Arizona men's game, they had significant advantage in the paint, but had a hard time throwing it in because, they were collapsing in on their big guy. So teams do different things. Even though you have size advantage, it doesn't always make it easy throwing the ball in there. But I thought we did a great job of reversing it. Instead of trying to throw it in off the first pass, we got the ball worked around, so then the defense had to shift. And when you can get them to shift, then you've got a better opportunity to do a little high-low and throw it in. And then Sam and Maisha finished, which is a big thing. I thought they finished well. They finished over people. They finished with some contact. And that's what you have to do at this time of the year. You've got to be able to finish.
Coach, 24 points for Maisha Hines-Allen. What was she doing so well this game that set her apart?
Well, she was a lot more active. Some of the rebounds that she went up and got, it's pretty darn impressive how strong she plays. And, she wanted the ball. Instead of just sticking her hip out and calling for a little wraparound pass, she actually got 10 toes to the ball, as we like to say, and was demanding it. And then she made some good, strong moves. And then for Maisha, you can normally tell how she's going to play by the way she rebounds the basketball. When she starts to go after them the way she did, then some good things are going to happen at the offensive end also.
Jody?
Jeff, I know you knew Asia could do it again at some point, but when that first three went in and she looked like she took a deep breath, what was your thoughts? I think it was her second shot. She was 2 for 2.
Yeah, no, there was no question. I just kept talking to her the past 2 weeks. It's what you do, baby. You play basketball. Stop worrying about making every shot. I'm trying to get them all to understand that if you made every shot, it'd be a tie game, and then they wouldn't need coaches. So, I appreciate when they miss a couple. Because then it's called job security. If you think about it, you made it every single shot. Why pay anybody to coach? So I told him, when you miss, I'm clapping. just don't miss too many of them. So I try to make her, you gotta laugh. It's a game of basketball. Now, it's what we do. It's our livelihood. There's no question about it. But at the same time, you've got to be able to make it fun for the kids. And that's what we try and do. Now, we work hard, but I'm as sarcastic as probably any coach out there. I want them to be able to laugh. I think laughter is a key to success. If you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? And I think it calms them down. It gives them a little peace. And I was just really, really pleased that she came out with the confidence that she did today.
Good.
Jeff, what did you think about your defensive pressure initially? I think you got, I guess the first basket came off of a steal and turnover, and then, there were some other pokes away inside that really led to easy chances. I mean, obviously that was a focus for you, but, how pleased were you with that execution?
I was really pleased. I thought Jazz came out right there off the get-go and disrupted a handoff and got her hand in and boom, then it goes down for a layup. Now, we only turned them over 7 times. So we ended up with 9 points off turnovers. They had 10, but what I thought we did defensively in the first half was we contested shots. We made it difficult. There weren't easy looks for them. And that's what we had talked about. We had to do everything we could to make it difficult for Heidemann to score and Blockton to score, and I thought we did that in the first half. Now, Blockton put on a clinic there in the second half. She was very, very impressive.
Daniel? Go ahead. Go ahead, Daniel.
Coach, improving and peaking at the right time is this time of year is always tantamount importance, of course. But today, you had 4 players in double figures, 5 with 3 assists or more. You got rebounded them 42-26, shot 63%. What do you say at halftime or even after the game to continue the momentum on the uptick?
Well, I challenged him at halftime because I knew Marquette would not quit. This is a ball club that's got too much fight in them, and they came out in the third quarter. It showed that. We just did not come out defensively with the same intensity. I think we gave up 3 straight layups in transition. Now we scored, but that was not the goal to just trade baskets. And I thought Kylie Shook with 4 blocks was big for us today. So, we challenged them, especially after the game. I talked to them that we have to get in this gym here tomorrow and watch some film and just talk about our passing. And it was bad. We threw it to them quite often, which, we just got sloppy. And those are things that we have to address and take care of. So whoever we play next, when they press, we're prepared for it. Because when we did make the right decision in a hard cut, we ended up with 21 fast break points, and a lot of it came from attacking their press.
Daniel?
When these 3 especially, who are up here, are playing like they did tonight, do you feel like, you guys are kind of unbeatable?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I think we're pretty good. Because if you want to be, I worked for Paul Sandiford for 6 years, a gentleman that should be in our women's basketball hall of fame if we can figure things out from that end of it. I mean, he only played in 3 Final Fours and 1 national championship game, but we can't. Hopefully, we can get a little smarter and get him in. But he always told me, if you want to be a good team, you have to have 2 players every night. You know what they're going to do. Like, you don't even have to look at the stat sheet. You know what you're going to do. You want to be a really good team, you got to have 3 of them. You want to be special, you got to have 4. And if you want to be great, you got to have 5. And right now, we're at a point, we played tonight where 5 of them showed up. Even though on the stat sheet, Erica Carter comes up with 2 points, but she controlled the tempo. She did a great job for us. Jazz goes 6 of 9, 7 assists and 1 turnover. And our bench, I'm telling you, our bench came in and did a good job. So you have to have 5. If you want to win a national championship and compete at that level, you got to have 5 show up. And now I know Asia feels better after this ball game tonight. Just kind of a weight lifted off of her. I know what Maisha can do. Sam's always the one thing I'll say about Sam. That kid, she competes as hard as anybody I've ever coached. She's on the ground more than anybody. She's just defensively, the kid's taken 38 or 39 charges on the year. So it's gonna take all of them. If we all 5 show up and then our bench adds, then we have a chance to make a run. But from here on out, you're playing everybody good, just like tonight. If you have a bad night, you're going home.
And then you said towards the end of your speech that you missed the old Big East. Did this game bring back any memories of the conference?
Oh, just, I told the Marquette fans, I thank them for coming down. They have a great ball club. And, we're very blessed to be in the ACC. There's no question about that. We have great games in and out. But, when you had Terry up there and, just go through the entire old Big East, that it was a battle. It was a battle. And it did remind me, because we had great games up there. They had great games when they came down here. You knew every night it was going to be a fight. And, I just commended Carolyn. I think she's done a remarkable job and has that program right back on the verge.
And then where do you see this program probably a year from now? Pretty much all the players that they played were juniors.
I didn't want to. I don't want to play him. I'll tell you that. I mean, not at all. They're really, really good. They sure are.
Gary, last question.
Going forward, Jeff, you look at these 2 games, fairly decisive. Where do you feel like this team took a step forward in this round, in these 2 rounds, and how much does that help you going into the regional?
Well, we needed a game like this just to give a little confidence back, I think, offensively for Asia, for Jazz. I mean, we've been playing good basketball. To win the ACC tournament, it's not easy. They're great teams. We figured out a way to win 3 games in 3 days by a total of 10 points. And that's what prepares you for this. NC State, is battling Virginia Tech. It's going. I'm waiting to see how they can continue on in the NIT, because it wouldn't surprise me if they win it. And then you've got Notre Dame. So our league has prepared us for anybody we're going to play. There's no question about that, because we have a lot of teams that can play different styles of basketball. So no matter who we move on to and play next weekend, we're going to be able to compare them to somebody that we have played.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.